Thankfully, my naive hunt has returned in abundance. I've seen the solutions, tracked their development and growth, watched them spread from the freak fringe of garage tinkerers and hardcore green survivalists and, okay, yes, Scandinavians, to the front page news of big business, global politics, mainstream industry, and everyday life. I've been to the better world. I've talked to its architects and toured its facilities. I've seen the tools that work and the ones that don't. When I say I'm a climate optimist, I mean that, in the face of the existential challenge of climate change, I believe the world will develop and implement better systems and technologies to meet our daily needs and reduce our global greenhouse gas emissions to somewhere very near zero in this century. It likely won't happen in time to halt the permanent alteration of many of the planet's ecosystems and prevent significant dislocation and suffering for millions of people. But it will occur with enough speed and thoroughness to leave a foundation for civilization durable enough for future generations to build their dreams on. And that's about the same as any generation's ever done for the ones to come. I'd like to show you how I became a climate optimist. Set aside your anxiety and dread and skepticism for a little while. They'll still be there when I'm done. Let's see where a little hope and ingenuity and even some exuberance and delight can take us. 1.2. Doom's Limits. Doom is easy now. Maybe doom has always been low effort, but it's straight up effortless now. Catastrophe, Armageddon, nuclear winter, or zombie apocalypse. These scenes are everywhere because they're not that hard to dream up. No need even to invest your imagination in the work of inventing nightmare images and fantastical tales of roaring hellfire, or wrath of God hurricanes, or swelling pestilence. They are recurring features in the nightly news and the stuff of memes up and down every social media feed. The sky is on fire. The oceans in tumult, the glaciers vanishing, the fish stocks collapsing, the coral reefs bleached ghostly white. The end is surely nigh, or at least one of the most likely nighs. Doom is easy indeed. We're steeped in doom, awash in devastation, swimming in despair, and our brains are always up for more, riddled with biases and tics that make us hyper-aware of impending threats and prone to assume that one freak misfortune will soon lead to more of the same. That's why everyone still wants a ticket to the disaster movie. Everyone still sings along to the sad songs of collapse. A hard rain's gonna fall. It's the end of the world as we know it. This is it, the apocalypse. BuzzFeed posts a listicle under the title 17 Signs the World is Definitely Over by Next Thursday latest. Everyone clicks. But then Thursday comes and goes, and there's another day and another after that. That's when you need something more than impending doom to keep you going. So let's set doom aside. Not because the end is any less nigh, necessarily, not because the catastrophe is averted by denying its existence, but because we have to keep going in the face of it. Let's focus instead on the bed we have to lie down in regardless, the home it's in, the way the lights stay on and the place is kept warm or cool, how we get from there to work and school and back again. Let's focus on living better. 1.3. Embrace dark euphoria. Bruce Sterling is a science fiction author and thinker who has spent his career examining the ways rapidly advancing technology is reshaping human existence. He is perhaps best known as one of the progenitors of the sci-fi genre known as cyberpunk, which emerged in the early 1980s and anticipated the staggering wave of innovations and transformations in digital technology that are now ubiquitous. Sterling is interested not so much in what technology can do as in how it shapes the culture, how it makes people feel and act, how it defines their sense of what is possible and desirable, and what is horrifying. Back in 2009, at a progressive tech conference called Reboot 11 in Copenhagen, he delivered a closing keynote address on the subject of grand future narratives. What is the cultural temperament of this era? Sterling asked the small knot of hackers and coders in the room. Well, I think it's got a good two-word summary: dark euphoria. Dark euphoria is what the 20-teens feel like. Things are just falling apart. You can't believe the possibilities. It's like anything is possible, but you never realize you're going to have to dread it so much. It's like a leap into the unknown. Sterling's dark euphoria meme never really caught on. Not like the Roaring Twenties, the Lost Generation, Turn On, Tune In, Drop Out, the Me Decade, the Slacker Generation. Maybe it's one of those coinages that looks most prophetic in retrospect. Or perhaps it'll simply flow away forever down the noisy currents of the internet. Which would be unfortunate, because it so succinctly captures the general mood of these first decades of the 21st century. The darkness arises from a mounting sense that the concept of human progress that has driven idealists and inspired huddled masses for centuries has stalled out. That promise of progress, in Sterling's summary, was this: you get more scientific knowledge, you create more tools, make more jobs, you master nature, you get more power, cheaper power, you struggle for a better life for your children, you're looking for health, prosperity, material security, shelter, bigger, faster, stronger.